is the Iron Trader. It is Thursday morning, so as usual, we're going to review crude oil here and natural gas. Now remember, the EIA report on natural gas will be out today at 10:30. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell a stock, commodity, ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and weekly chart. Now, we got yesterday exactly what we were looking for. Okay, so I've been pointing out we wanted this bottoming candle. Okay, so what we did is came down low and then it engulfed the whole previous days. Okay, which means basically what you did when you call, say, engulf, you put in a lower low and a higher high, and you swallowed the previous day's candle. Okay, so this is exactly what we're looking for. So if you're watching my videos here the last week or so, I've been pointing out a candle like this, okay, or a candle like that, okay, or a candle here, or a candle like that. That's what we're looking for here to take this back to the upside, and that tells you that the selling for right now is done, okay? So this is looking very, very good, and now when those futures opened there at 6 o'clock last night, the price popped right above here, above this 8-day, okay? So that is exactly what you want to see now is a higher high. Okay, so here, let's look at the downside first. So what we always want to watch is the previous day's high and low. So you want to watch that 79.27 and that 76.89 for the low. But realistically, this is what we're looking for right there, 79.21. You need to hold that 21 day. That is going to be very, very crucial. Okay, that's going to be very crucial. Now, again, if that is lost, then we can do is we can follow this candle. You got 79.17, and then we have 79.09, and then we'll come all the way down here to this 100-day at 78.30. Now, here on your weekly chart, well, this is two key levels that we want to close on by Friday. That will show that this is very, very bullish. Okay, so this is what you're looking for is that 78.98. You want to close above that, and then we want to close here above that 78.34. That is going to be very, very critical by Friday. Now, let's look at the upside. Well, so far today we have a high of 79.80. This is the candle that we're going to be looking for right there is going to be 79.90. And then we have that 200-day sitting right above at 80.15. Okay, so again, if we can rally up and get above this 200-day, and I don't think you can get it back the first try, but then again, you know, who knows? Here's what you're going to be looking for. Here, your resistance is going to be 80.70, and then we're going to come right here to 80.88, and then we're going to look right at the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 80.95, and then the top of this candle at 81.57, and then we're looking for that 50 SMA here at 81.86, and your 21-day right above it at 81.96. So let's just see what happens here. Right now, we're going to be trading this range. Now, you can see where it closed up above this 100-day. Very, very nice. And now we're headed to the 200-day. So looks like right now we're trading this range between 78.30 and this 200 SMA at 80.15. So we might trade that range for a while. And then if we can get above that 200-day, then we can go between that 200 SMA here. Let me see, punch that in, 80.15. And we want to look at between that 81.86. Maybe we can get to that next range. But this head and shoulders pattern, I pointed this out. See, there's your head. There's your left shoulder. There's your right shoulder. It came right down there very, very nicely. Now, when it's sold down, we look at, well, let's just look at this candle here first, 77.56. So I always say look to the left of the chart right there. See, you had your 77.57, held it by 2 cents. Very, very nice. And then yesterday we had that low of 76.89. And then we look at the bottom of this candle. We take this price channel here right across. And what we have, 76.79. So it held it by 10 cents. Okay, so these are your support levels here all the way down if this would kept on going until you come all the way down to your 200 SMA. But we had that nice candle just like we had here, like right here and over here and then over here. Different kind of candles, but all with the bottoming tails like we had yesterday. Okay, so that told me long. So I am long crude oil right now, okay? And I'm going to see how it's all going to shake out. What I'm looking for here is this 200 SMA at 80.15. And then we'll see what happens when you get to that point. If we can break above that, then we're going to go right to that next level. That's going to be that 81.86, and then we have your 21 right above it. Now, it's not going to be easy because what you have is your 8-day. Here's rolling over, but now the price is above it, and that's exactly what we're looking for, okay? So we give you a good example here. We have that series of red candles, your lower highs and lower lows, and then we had that bottoming tail. See, this is what happened is, and then we had that 8 SMA, but the price got above. Okay, then it curled right on up, and then look and see how that price just rallied up. Now we got Memorial Day here just right around the corner, so seasonality here is going to be in play. So I say again, I am long the crude oil, and I'm going to see what's going to happen here when we hit this 200-day in this area. First of all, I'm looking for is that 79.90, and then we're going to be looking for that 80.15. At that downside today, just watch this key 79.20 on, very, very crucial. If that's lost, then we're going to be looking for this 78.30. We'll be looking here at 78.98 level first, and then we have this 21 SMA. So always watch the weekly chart. These are going to be very, very key support levels here. So, and this 8 SMA, very, very crucial. So if that's lost, then we want to look to that 50 SMA, okay? That'll be your next support. And then again, if that's lost, then we'll look right to that 21-day, and then we look to the 100-day, okay? But right now, this is looking very, very good. We had some sideways action, bottoming tail, engulfed the previous day's candle, looking very, very bullish. Now, RSI here, so you got off the schneid here, and now we're looking like we're moving right on up. Now, this is what we got to really keep your eye on, okay, your MACD. Now, your green is still below your red, but looks like it wants to curl up. But if you can see your red line, your red bars here, see how that's starting to already move all the way on up? That's always a very, very good sign. So if we can get this green here above that red, you'll take that price up very, very nicely. Okay, very, very good. So MACD here, your green is still above your red. That can just bounce right off there very easily and go right on up here. So RSI looking very, very good. So right now we're looking very bullish here on the old crude chart. Okay, let's take a look here at what's going on with natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your 5-minute chart. Now this is what happened yesterday. Okay, now this was a very, very good classic double top situation. See what we had here? Okay, you had your 2.274, and then we retested it with the 2.274. Double top situation tells you that you got to get down. Next candle, when it rose up, it only got to 2.265. That tells you got to get out. And then once we have this 8 SMA here, very, very nice. So that was a really, for me, out of the natural gas and into the KOLD. Now, I only got a point out of the KOLD yesterday, which was good. Okay, that's all I was really kind of looking for because I made it really, really nice here on the uptrend on the UNG going up higher. But this here fell off here really, really nice. And now we have sideways action, and now we're putting in some lower low situation. So natural gas is not looking very, very healthy here. But always look at these patterns. When you see that double top situation, okay, and then you see that next candle that comes in, and you only got a 2.272, it can't get through that. That tells you that's your first sign. And then once you go below that 8 SMA, that's a sign that you got to either sell your position or you got to get short however you trade, and because she is going lower. Okay, let's take a look here on a daily and a weekly. Okay, here we have your daily and your weekly. Now your weekly chart here, okay, so it looks like we're putting in a topping tail situation. Now, what we're looking for is you need to hold this 2.094 level by Friday. That's going to be very, very key. Now, again, it can ride sideways here for a long time. Same way here on a daily chart. Doesn't mean it's going to fall off the map. But this is what you want to make sure that we hold by Friday. Very, very key. If that's lost, then we'll come over to the top of that candle. You're looking at 2.0. We looked at the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 1.91, and then we have your 1.87 on your 8 simple moving average. But you really want to hold that 21-day there by Friday. Now your MACD is looking good. Your green is still above your red. It shows good momentum. We've got to see how it's going to shake out. Now your daily chart here. Okay. Well, what we did is you had a double top situation. You had 2.26, and then we had the other candle here at 2.27, a little bit higher, but you notice that it was a red candle. And then so now we have, let me just big this up here a little bit, a little clearer. So now we have a lower low here so far. So what it needs to do is you have to rally up to get back. Now, again, this can trade sideways here, okay? That doesn't mean that this is going to fall off the map or doesn't mean it's going to blow higher. This is going to can trade a sideways action here. But see, we had the double top. Even though you put in a higher, you put in a red candle, okay? So always watch that, okay? That's very, very key. Now, when we put this topping tail in here, then I get out of my position. But then when we had this candle, see what we did is we put a low in here of 2.14. But what you have to do is look to the previous day at 2.13. So that was a nice higher low. That told me you had to get long, and then we put a nice bottoming candle in here. But then what I did at the end of the day on natural gas, I just sold my position and waited what we had here. Now, this was a nice, good topping situation where gave you a good opportunity in the pre-market to get in. But then when you see this double top situation, like I showed you on the 5-minute, then you got to get out of the trade, okay? So what do we have here today? Let's look at the upside first. So we want to look at today's high. That's at 2.197. Then what we want to do is come over to the top of this candle. Okay, you're looking at 2.23. And then we have your retest up there at 2.27. Okay, so that is your upside. If you can break out above that, okay, then we'll look right here on your candle. You're looking at 2.31, and then we'll have 2.32, and then your gap fill at 2.42. That's what you're looking for, and then we can come all the way here to your 2.46, and then we have your 2.48 there. Those will be your upside targets. Now, on the downside here, well, we look at today's low so far, you're at 2.159. So we want to look back to this area right here, okay? So we look here at 2.16. So we're hanging right about that 2.159, 2.16. You're pretty much right there. See, you're at support levels right there. Now, if that's lost, then we'll come to the bottom of that candle, 2.14. You come to the bottom of this candle at 2.13. But realistically, see, you're holding this here very, very nicely, okay, as far as your support levels. If that's lost, your big target is going to be right there, okay, 2.10. That 8 SMA. You really need to, hold that. Very, very key. And then we always look to the left on the top of that candle, 2.19, and then we have your 100-day at 2.07. So you have a lot of good support here underneath, but Bailey, just watch this area right here. Okay, this is going to be very key. Now again, this can go sideways, and this can, this is natural gas. This can slam right up here in 2 seconds or slam down. I mean, they don't call it the Widowmaker for nothing. But just watch this area of support. That's going to be very, very key, that 2.16 level. If that's lost, there's your big target. It's going to be 210. You got to hold this 8 SMA, because you know what happens when that price gets below that 8 SMA. This is what happens, okay? It's just right to the downside. So for today, watch that 2.16, and then watch this key level here. It is 2.19, and that 100-day. This area right here is going to be very, very crucial, but you need to close above this 8 SMA. That is going to be very, very crucial here on for today, okay? So we got to just trade the range. Right now I have no position in natural gas, either long or short, but I'll be always looking for trades. I just don't like this double top situation. I don't like that red candle, and I don't like that we put in a lower low here so far. But we got to see, just like on crude, we put a lower low, and then she slammed right back up again. So let's just see how this all shakes out here today. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here midday trading, and then we'll see what natural gas is doing and what crude oil is doing, and then we always throw something in the mix. All right, thanks for watching.